Today we're going to read Psalm 6. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. Be gracious to me, O Lord, for I am languishing. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are troubled. My soul is also greatly troubled. But you, O Lord, how long? Turn, O Lord, deliver my life. Save me for the sake of your steadfast love. For in death there is no remembrance of you. In Sheol, who will give you praise? I am weary with my moaning. Every night I flood my bed with tears. I drench my couch with my weeping. My eye wastes away because of grief. It grows weak because of all my foes. Depart from me, all you workers of evil, for the Lord has heard the sound of my weeping. The Lord has heard my plea. The Lord accepts my prayer. All my enemies shall be ashamed and greatly troubled. They shall turn back and be put to shame in a moment. I remember that psalm because many years ago there was a man who was in our congregation and who was deathly ill of one of those bizarre diseases that you get when your immune system is seriously compromised. And I think he had AIDS, and so was having some sort of weird bone cancer or something. I don't know what it was actually. At any rate, I read that psalm to him a few days before he died. I was tempted not to read it, because I was thinking, this might be a little close to home. And then I thought, it's scripture, and the Bible speaks to every aspect of our lives, including suffering when we're suffering and dying. So why not read it? And I read it, and he nodded, and he kind of gripped my hand, and I think he took some comfort from it. A few days later, he passed away, but I think that he got some comfort out of that psalm. The Psalms are our prayers. When you don't know what to say, read a psalm. I told a guy one time who came to me, frustrated about this and that. And I said, well, one thing I want you to do is read a psalm every day. I said, it might not make any sense, but just read a psalm a day. And he came back a couple months later and said, that was really good advice, because some days the Psalms, so what? It's about sickness or enemies or something. Or some days it really speaks to me and my situation and my issues, and I get a lot of comfort and help and guidance from it. I said, yeah, isn't that funny? Some days it hits and some days it misses, but it's always there, and it covers the whole gamut of life. So I would urge you to read a psalm every day as well. I notice in that psalm, he says that, where does he say it? Here we go. In death, there's no remembrance of you. In Sheol, who will give you praise? So the ancient idea that the Jews had was that death, it was just sort of the end, and you didn't really have an identity or consciousness. Maybe some people thought one thing, some another, but for the most part, when this life was over, your time was done, and that says it very well. In Sheol, who will give you praise? If I die, O God, my life is wasted. And if I die, I can't serve you anymore. So don't let me die. That's kind of what this psalm is saying. And it's not a bad thing at all. So keep reading Psalms every day, and we will see you on Monday. So have a great day. Have a great weekend.